For those that are concerned about the mandate, the vaccine mandate, and your employer enforcing you to have to take this vaccine, your employer can't force you to do anything. The problem is that the masses have been indoctrinated to believe that they don't have rights. If you understand law or study even a little bit of law, there's a saying that ignorance of the law excuses no one. So if you don't know the law, therefore you won't know what your rights are, you don't have them. Now back to the vaccine mandate. I really didn't even want to do this video until a friend of mine, reached out. They're in the military, 2 years short of serving in the Navy for 20 years. He knew that there were side effects. His son had a side effect to vaccines. He was totally against this. And I offered to help him, knowing what the remedy was. But he was just too scared. He was too scared to lose out on his benefits, what he was going to leave to his family, everything he thought he was working hard for. So he ended up taking it, and, he sends me a picture, says RIP to me, and a picture of his vaccine card. So, again, I never wanted to come on social media, do videos like this, but just seeing the lack of remedy and answers for those who are seeking it put me in a position to do this video, and I feel I will be doing some videos to help those that are seeking truth find some answers, or at least guide them to where they can start building their own foundation of this knowledge to protect themselves, family, and friends. So again, back to the vaccine mandate. The company cannot mandate you to do anything of that sort. Okay? You have rights, as long as you know what they are. In law, if you volunteer or you acquiesce, then there is no liability. This all boils down to liability, and putting that liability onto your employers and putting them into a position where they have to reconsider this vaccine mandate. It's not even a vaccine. It doesn't meet the qualifications to even be defined as a vaccine. So many believe that you have two options, right? I either take this vaccine or I get fired. If you just walk out on your job, you voluntarily did that. If you take the vaccine, you voluntarily did that. Nobody forced you or put a gun to your head. They just made you believe that if you don't do this, that there were going to be repercussions of termination. Now, if your employer says that you have to take it or you're going to get fired, and they put paperwork in front of you, that's what they're going to do. That's what they did in the military. They put a contract in front of them saying that this is now a mandate for all military personnel, and if you don't take it by this and this date, based on this section and this code, we are going to use that section and code to terminate you. And the moment you sign that document, that very document is the contract that gives your employer the power to terminate you. It's not the action of not taking the vaccine that gets you terminated. It's the contract that you signed, because in law, there's a maxim, and it says that contract makes the law. Everything involves contract. So, instead of walking out, Instead of saying, I quit because I'm not going to take this, it's time that you start getting educated and you start asking the right questions. Because the questions will lead you to your answers, okay? For instance, if America is the so-called land of the free, and we have quote-unquote constitutional rights, and they're protected, so on and so forth, then where are those rights? Where are those protections that so many speak of? Why aren't you exercising those rights? Those rights aren't being exercised because most just don't know how to. So what I plan on doing is to help those, again, that are trying to find these answers. And with this mandate, it's going to cripple the economy. We see what it's doing to the hospitals. It's really eliminating and getting rid of those that are in their respective fields that still have a mind to think for themselves. The nurses that don't want to take the vaccines, many of them are probably just going to walk out. Pretty much every industry you can think of. So, to sum this up, I just wanted it to be an introduction video. Do not construe any of this as legal advice. I don't give legal advice. Everything I speak about is for educational purposes, or if you want, call it entertainment purposes, because many are going to find offense to what I have to say, but at this point, I just don't care anymore. With this mandate, please pay attention to what's being done. If you feel that you're in a position where your back's against the wall, you don't want to take the jab, however, you don't want to quit your job, look out for two things. Look out for the contract that they're going to try to get you to sign before they claim they're going to terminate you. And don't walk out. Wait for the paperwork that they're going to put in front of you and read it. The problem is people don't read. Read what is on the paperwork. They are not able to terminate you based on your actions or lack of actions getting that jab. That jab is still in the experimental phase. They can't mandate it. It's for emergency use. You cannot mandate something that's still under an emergency use. It didn't follow all the necessary steps as all the other vaccines. So just keep that in mind. I'll continue to put out videos. Stay tuned. There's a lot of topics that I want to speak about. I want to keep these videos very short because, let's be quite honest, many people don't have a long attention span. So I'm going to do short videos, try to keep them 10 minutes and below. Try to shed some light for those that are interested and hopefully help those build their foundation to stand on. See you on the next one.